Yeah, so shout out to our guy Khalil, who
Shout out.
obviously works for the Lockdown Network. Does a lot of great Pistons coverage.
Scattaboo.
Scattaboo. He does look like a brown Scattaboo.
Landry Shamet.
He was proposed a trade from the Lockdown Grizzlies member that Chris also put in the chat.
Yes.
Koo was a fan of, which I talk to Koo every once in a while. The stretch four stuff, we share that. I said it the other day. Chat braided me a little bit. They're like, hey, you said too, we got Stu, we got Tobias, but you could upgrade. You know what I'm saying? And this trade that was proposed, Chris, was an upgrade. It was for Michigan State Spartan, Jaren Jackson Jr. in exchange for Tobias Harris, Jaden Ivey. Yeah?
Yeah. What?
And Trefus.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. And then you still have this version of Stu, who's elite, by the way.
Yeah.
Coming off the bench yeah, he'd come off the bench for sure, without a doubt. But either way, that's still an elite and by the way, he's totally cool coming off the bench. Yeah. It's not like you're gonna piss anybody off doing it. Nope. He's gonna come off the bench, play big minutes. Even if JJJ gets hurt, he fucking Stu could obviously fill that spot. I'm fucking all day. All day. You get a guy stretch the floor, play defense, and I know there's a lot of Ivy stands in our chat, and I totally
Weezy's gonna lose his mind.
He's gonna lose his mind, but JJJ's something you want Ivy to become at some point. Yeah. And our first round picks at this point, they're not gonna be anything of note.
He's better than what Ivy would become, I think. This is a defensive player of the year we're talking about. And he shoots, what is it from his career? He shoots 35% from three. Yeah, I would do that for sure. Love you, Unc. Tobias, you've been great. I think Jaden Ivey's going to be a good player. You're paying Jalen Duren the max. So Jaden Ivey's not getting the contract unless it's small. Anyways, and he probably won't accept that. He can go he'll get money from somebody after he comes out and has a good year. Somebody will pay him. So, I would do that
without a fucking doubt. Like you said, defensive player of the year candidate.
Not 3 firsts though, says Josh Smoke.
No, they can have the 3 firsts.
They can have 3 firsts.
That's what it takes to get a guy like that. You get another star. Yeah. By the way, you'd have 3 stars in that scenario. Between he, Duren, and Cade.
You would have 3 of the top 5 rim protectors in the NBA.
Yeah.
Behind the only guys better would be Rudy Gobert and Wemby.
And I know it kind of sucks to say out loud, but the Wemby shit's scary. If he comes back healthy, can stay healthy, that shit's scary. You have droves. That's the type of guy you have to throw fucking bodies at. All right, you get Jaren Jackson Jr. in here. You have Beef Stew. You have Jalen Duren. You wear his skinny ass out throughout the game and play physical Detroit Pistons basketball. That can help you overcome that. And I'm talking crazy. I'm talking about Wemby because I'm talking about in the fucking finals.
I'm talking about
NBA finals. You make an acquisition like that, right? Yeah. And okay, let's say it's not Wemby. Who is the best big right now in the NBA? Nikola Jokic.
Yep.
And that would help you with that a little bit too.
Or Sengun and those boys in Houston. Or Giannis in the East. It's a big man's league. And you're going to need bodies to throw around. When you have 3 guys that are all-star caliber centers and or power forwards, when you look at Jalen Duren, Isaiah Stewart, and Jaren Jackson Jr., I would absolutely do that.
2-time All-Star, 3-time All-Defense, shoots 37% from 3. I'm doing this in a heartbeat. Sorry that I'm going to be giving up a few 24 to 30 first-round picks when it comes down to
a couple Sadiq Bays.
Sadiq Bays, if you're lucky, dude. Sadiq gave you actually some, good games. But, no, I don't need a guy coming off 9th, 10th on my bench for a first-round pick. I'm 100% doing this deal if I have a chance to go out and win a NBA championship, getting Jaren Jackson Jr. in here to pair with Jalen Duren, Cade Cunningham. You get some shooters. Obviously, you have Ausar still that you keep. You're talking about an elite defensive team, getting an elite defensive player to add to that. This is a no-brainer. I don't think that the Grizzlies would do this, to be honest.
If I can get Lauri Markkanen or Jaren Jackson Jr. for this deal without giving up an Ausar Thompson or a Ron Holland, I'm doing it in a heartbeat. And I'm not thinking about it at all.
You know how good this team would be defensively? It would be nuts. especially come crunch time moments. Like we got somebody to cover everybody across the floor, no matter who your superstar is.
Yeah.
A fucking point guard, small forward, power forward, center. We got somebody. We got it fucking covered. And it's guess what? The best way that we've won championships in this town has been gritty fucking teams, and that's exactly what that would be.
He hasn't been in the chat since we talked about this. Chris, how you feeling about this trade?
I'm not as high in it as you guys are.
Okay.
I look at this trade and when I look at this trade, I look at 5 years, $240 million. He just entered that contract. That is a lot of money to invest. And I think of the guys that you want to re-sign coming down the pipeline. Ausar Thompson, Ron Holland. Like, these are guys that you probably want to keep. And I don't know if you're going to be able to keep them with the bag that Duren is getting, plus what Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to be on the books, plus Cade Cunningham. That is a lot of money. And if I'm investing that money, I want somebody that's a bit more of a shot creator to help when Cade is just absolutely blitzed. And so that's why I like this fit. I really like Jaren Jackson Jr., but for the price that he is, because when you make this move, this is it. This is your move. You have no other outs. Look at what Cleveland is right now. Cleveland cannot make a trade.
Cleveland doesn't have Cade Cunningham.
They don't. But I'm just saying that it completely restricts your team move. You cannot make any type of trades whatsoever. You got your core. You got your team.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I don't.
You don't think that team could win a championship?
I think it can. I don't know it can, and I don't want to do that.
Nobody knows anything can.
You're not listening.
What's the better option? Signing the guys you have and maybe getting a better player than Jaren Jackson Jr. at some point down the road?
I don't think the better option has presented itself. And I think that this team, with the position they are in, I think they have the luxury of sitting back and choosing who is their big fish that they want. And when it comes to playoffs, guys like Jaren Jackson Jr. We see guys like Jaren Jackson Jr. that are mostly dependent on the shots they are created for, where I would rather have somebody that I trust that can create their own shot or for others.
Who?
I mean, I'll go back to the Devin Bookers, whatever, but
Did we not just talk about Dennis Jenkins doing that?
Okay, but how are you going to be able to keep him when you just brought in Jaren Jackson Jr. and you're
Dennis Jenkins is going to get $30 million
$85,000 right now.
But you don't understand what type of contracts you can and can't give out. You can't even sign Dennis Jenkins if somebody offers them $12 million.
Who cares? We'll find another one. We got Jaren Jackson Jr., Jalen Duren, Beef Stew, and Cade Cunningham.
And this year, I'm talking this year.
Look, I don't hate it all the way. I just wouldn't do it because personally, when it comes to playoff basketball, if my top guys, my guys that are making $50 million, have to be able to create their own fucking shot. I love Jaren Jackson Jr. And
so you're not paying Jalen Duren $50 million? You're not paying him a max?
Jalen Duren has created his own shot.
Jaren Jackson Jr. can create his own shot better than Jalen Duren.
Are you saying Jaren Jackson Jr. can't create his own shot?
I've watched Jalen Duren take people off the dribble. I've watched
Jaren Jackson Jr. do that. He's not. Jalen Duren is not a better shot creator than Jaren Jackson Jr.
I believe he is.
If so, it's extremely marginal.
a better playmaker and shot creator for others. I don't hate this trade, but I am not doing this trade because when you make this trade, that is it.
So you're just sitting on your hands and you're just hoping you win, and then re-signing everybody and just running back at it with this team.
I think the world of NBA has showed you that there are always going to be unhappy stars. There are always going to be moves to be made. And I don't think this is the one. I don't hate this.
This is the one.
I don't hate this. I don't think
this is the fucking one. And obviously, we just disagree on it, fundamentally. But, this is the fucking move. For everything I just told you earlier.
I like it better than Laurie, for the record.
Laurie, I'm off the Laurie side. I'm not a Laurie.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
But
he doesn't play defense. He's on a shitty team, chucking up shots. I think Jaren, comparing the two, was more efficient. Plays defensive player of the year.
Yes,
and I believe he averages more points too.
Yeah, I agree with you. No, Laurie averages more.
You make this trade in a heartbeat.
More points.
Like Nick said, the only way this trade wouldn't go through is if the Grizzlies said no.
I get
it.
The
Pistons would make this trade in a heartbeat.
From a value wise, I am comfortable giving up what the assets that the Pistons are giving up. I just have shown in history we've seen that the teams that win championships are the teams that have multiple high-level shot creators, and Jaren Jackson Jr. I wouldn't put in that category. With Jalen Duren getting a max, but a rookie max, you can afford to still move for another player in this $50 million ballpark range that can create their shot better than Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah, hopefully one of those guys comes available in the next 4 years.
And I think they will. Do you think Spencer, there's not going to be a player traded better than Jaren Jackson Jr. in the next 4 years? Are you really fucking telling me that?
Maybe not. I mean, how often does it happen? What, Luka? But that's never going to happen again. Rudy Gobert is not better than Jaren Jackson Jr. Rudy Gobert sucks. Mikal Bridges isn't better than Jaren Jackson Jr. He's a role player.
Fox got moved.
De'Aaron Fox is not better. De'Aaron Fox is not better than Jaren Jackson Jr.
I'm just thinking of like stars that have gotten moved.
Yeah. Cat is better. Kyrie is better. We've seen multiple.
Right now, when Kyrie got traded, he's better than Jaren Jackson Jr. Jaren Jackson Jr. is Defensive Player of the Year.
Kyrie is still on a finals team a year ago. Jaren Jackson hasn't sniffed the final. Yeah. Like this guy,
because point guard plays with guns.
Look, man, I
don't like the. If you disagree or you think there's a better option, for sure.
I
don't like the strategy of I hope we'll get a better option than this at some point. I don't think that's something you can bank on.
I think that absolutely is when you're a team. When you're a team that has the luxury of all your guys being young and signing to deals that are going to be, yes, expensive, but not the most expensive and not completely crippling. Everyone they sign will be tradable contracts. They signed Jaden Ivey, they're going to make sure that's a tradable contract. They signed Jalen Duren, they're going to make sure that's a tradable contract.
No, you're not signing Jalen Duren for a tradable contract.
I hear you. You're signing him to a max. And that is a tradable contract because Jalen Duren is good. But I'm not saying trade Jalen Duren. I'm just saying that you are going to have this position. If you want to be infinitely
flexible forever and never take a shot on anybody to make your team better when you have a wide open East, you have a guy playing like a superstar, you have a budding superstar in Jalen Duren, you have a bunch of opportunities to get to the finals this year if you make a play. But if you want to sit on your hands and hopefully in a couple years when Jason Tatum gets healthy and Tyrese Halliburton gets healthy and these guys, and they're going to get more people for Giannis, he's going to get some guys pretty soon. Like, you have a wide open path to the NBA Finals if you add a star to this team right now. And if you'd rather wait for that opportunity to maybe present itself in a couple of years, sure. But if you get a guy like Jaren Jackson Jr. and you bring him into this team, you are by far and away the favorite to win.